Good morning. Today I want to share Galatians 5 verses 22 and 23, which says, "But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Against such things there is no law." God is so good, and He always knows what I need to hear. As soon as I read these verses this morning, I started thinking about yesterday. Yesterday was a very tough day at work, and the children were testing my patience all morning. And all I could think of was, I wasn't very patient, and sometimes my words were not gentle enough, or I didn't have enough self-control. And I know by the end of the day I was tired and I was hungry, just wanted to go home, and my daughter and I were stuck there for an extra half an hour waiting for a parent to come pick their child up. And my thoughts were not very kind or good. And so as I read these verses, I was just kind of beating myself up. Oh my goodness, Lord, I just failed so miserably again. And as I read the devotional, there were two questions. What fruit am I producing? What fruit am I not producing? And I just thought, ouch. I was not producing, and I wasn't patient, I wasn't gentle, I wasn't kind or good. And then I just heard God's voice, gently reminding me. He's like, yes, you could have done better, but you could have done much worse. And He helped me to see you did display self-control, because there were many times you stopped and took a breath before you responded. So I wouldn't just start yelling and screaming. And you were patient, when the kids are running around, and, take that breath and try and calmly. And sometimes, yes, you have to raise your voice because they're being so loud they don't hear you. And you were gentle when you bent down and spoke to one of the children who was having a meltdown and explained why their actions were not acceptable. And you helped the children when they all were fighting over one toy, and you were able to say, okay, well, you can play with it for this many minutes, and then you can have a turn for this many minutes, and then you will take a turn, so that they learned it was okay to share. And I didn't verbalize my frustrations or my thoughts when the parent arrived. So what I had learned through all that, and God just reminding me, is, and what I'm encouraging you as well, because I'm sure I'm not the only one who has those days where you just feel like, I just totally failed. But what God was reminding me, and what I felt I needed to share with you, was be aware of how you're feeling. Because God understands we are human, and He understands that we're not perfect and we're going to fail. But if we are aware of our feelings, how I'm starting to feel, so that we can then get a hold of our response, not responding until you stop and say, okay, this is how I'm feeling, and this is the fruit of the Spirit that I want to display and produce, so this is how I'm going to respond. Instead of responding first and then regretting later as you think back, I shouldn't have said that, I shouldn't have done that. If we stop, I'm aware of, I'm getting frustrated right now, or I'm getting angry right now, or I'm having a thought right now, take that thought captive, so that our words and our actions and our thoughts can all produce love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. God bless and have a great day.